Guys, welcome back to Falafel Reacts. Thank you so much for being here. Oftentimes my dog Scooby-Doo, who is a basset hound, he likes to interrupt the streams, interrupt videos. He has a lot to say, so I just wanted to give him the opportunity to speak. So Scooby, come here. Speak your truth. Say it. Say it. Speak on it. Scooby, what is it? What is it? What's your agenda here? What is it? This is him. He's approximately 80 pounds, several feet long, 1 foot high off the ground, very long ears. He smells like a combination of a horse stable and the Frito headquarters. He takes 45 minutes to walk a quarter of a mile. He loves kielbasa. He loves ear scritches. He is very mercurial. He needs a lot of space. He needs like the same diameter of space that bears do, that black bears need in the Northeast, but he's also extremely demanding. So yeah, that's just my perspective. Like I'm up here fighting for my life and he's down here. Oh really? Oh really? Yes, there's a plant on my treadmill. That's just part of the setup here. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to share that for the sake of transparency, because dog transparency is very important. And now he's just staring me down from across the room. All of his needs are met. He has bones, he has toys, he's been walked, and it's raining, so he can't really go outside right now. Because basset hounds have this condition where if you subject them to a moment of discomfort, it's torturous, it's terrible, they can't bear it, they can't stand it, they will contact their union representative, and trust me, the basset hound union is extremely strong. Like, the amount of grievances that my dog has filed against me is kind of incredible. So, I don't know, they keep calling me a union buster. I'm very pro-union, but not according to the basset hound union. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyways, what are we doing? Hey guys, welcome back to Falafel Reacts. Thank you so much for being here. On this channel, we react to gorlworld content, and we are continuing tracking the movements of Shantal, Foodie Beauty. It's been pretty difficult to watch her lately. Like just to watch her live stream, so I will be watching a piggy compilation. Her recent live stream, you guys know that I will usually do the ask like AI feature to get a summary of the live stream, because oftentimes there are multiple hours. So that's what I did for her most recent one, and there was nothing. There was literally nothing being discussed. There was like the same point about the cat, about not naming the cat, about food, about being lonely. So there really was not much in that multi-hour stream, which was very disappointing. But she is decaying at such a rapid pace, at such a rapid speed. It's genuinely concerning. I'm not really sure where she's gonna go from here, to be completely honest. Like, it's concerning. We were fed false promises about Canada. We really were. And this is it, you guys. This is, like I keep saying, these are the Western freedoms that she's utilizing. The freedom to come online, and I have to put her at 1.75 times speed, and it's still slow. And it's still slow. Hi. 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 Okay. Yeah, that time, 11 a.m. East Coast time, makes sense, because I'm on the East Coast of the United States, and she's in I was gonna say Montreal. She's not in Montreal. She's in Ottawa. So I believe that's the same time zone. And I do remember I was working during that time, and I see that she's live. So I just like click in just to see like what's going on. And she was so slow. She was, catatonic is not the word, but she was like almost getting there. It was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was kind of scary. What the hell? Okay, I think I ruined it because I paused to speak, so I'm gonna put it back a few seconds and like get the full effect of this.
Well, I'm telling you something. I feel like,
What?
should I just try to get used to the loneliness and be by myself? Or should I either move in with Pete's or go back to Syria?
Okay, so you, in this situation, Chantal, you've given yourself three options. And again, I consider myself a beezer in a way because I'm like so tapped into what's going on in her life. Not that I've ever paid for a subscription or been gifted one from her channel, because for me, that's like too much touching the poo as a reactor for me to engage in that way. So I don't do that. But I will like jokingly say I'm a beezer because I'm like locked in. Having said that, she will often try to get the feeders to give her feedback and advice. So let me lean into that. You're giving yourself three options in this situation. Get used to the loneliness, move in with Pete or move back to Syria. What if I told you that more options exists? What if I told you that you had way more autonomy and way more agency for your life and your life choices than just those three? Your presentation of those three only tells me that these are the only three routes that you are willing to take. Because you don't have to get used to the loneliness. You can crush the loneliness by building a community slowly but surely and getting people in your life. You can do that. You can find a roommate that's not Pete's. There's that. You can try to change yourself and your life enough to really materialize what you talked about in your last live stream, which is your hopes for meeting a life partner. You can try to improve yourself as a person and from there increase the threshold for like the kind of person, the quality of person, the quality of a man that you want to meet and be with. You can do that. I think the first option that I gave you would be the best, and that is to not accept loneliness as it is and to understand that living alone does not mean loneliness, to reframe your mindset around that, and then to start bringing people into your life. And to do that, it's not just you're going to have to bring people into your life because they're going to serve a purpose for you. You are going to have to understand how to reciprocate. You're going to understand what, like, she is so emotionally stunted and stunted in her like interpersonal ways that she has to learn what it means to be a good friend, what it means to show up for someone, what it means to sit there and listen, what it means sometimes like to hold space for your friend who's going through something and you're just listening. That's all. You're not there to get anything. You are just there to like listen to them. She has no concept of that. And so I think the learning curve will be steep, but I think that would, I feel like that would be easier. Like, surely that's easier than packing your life up and going to Syria. Right? Right? Maybe I'm delusional. The fact that she's not already in Syria tells me that Salah doesn't want her there. Otherwise, she would be on the plane right back. And I am not discounting that from actually happening in the near future. Not at all. Not by any means.
And if I go back to Syria, your channel's gonna tank if you go back to Syria. Well, whatever then. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Chantal, you need to remember that in Syria, you don't have access to the numbing state of mind that you're in right now. So you just need to be very clear and very honest with yourself. I am not encouraging her state of mind right now or her use of illicit substances at all. I think they are so terribly detrimental to her. She's not using it in a therapeutic way. She's not using it in like a holistic, none of that. None of that. Okay. She's using it purely because she cannot fathom the reality of her life. And what's very upsetting for me as a viewer is knowing that the reality of her life is actually not that terrible. She is way more privileged than a lot of people in the world. She's way more privileged than a lot of people at her same caliber, right? Like in a capitalist society, we need to like, when you measure yourself against other people at your same caliber. And what I mean by that is, Chantal, look at yourself and the family that you emerged from, the socioeconomics that you emerged from, the level of education that you have as a 41-year-old, right? 41, right? Or 40, 42, 41, 41-year-old white female from Canada who had a single mother who was a teen mom, I believe. And this is not like bashing at all. Nothing like that. This is just saying, like, look at everything that you've had, all of the ways in which you grew up, all of the cultural components that you emerged from, and compare yourself to other women that are in a similar situation. And I guarantee you that other women in a similar situation at your same age that have grew up in the same socioeconomics than you are way worse off in terms of access to opportunities and money. You, through your YouTube channel, managed to really turn that around for yourself. Now, I say this with the full acknowledgement that her physical decline, the detriment of that is so outstanding that it possibly could trump everything else. But she, for better or for worse, has been able to turn her socioeconomic status around, or has at least been able to, has been presented with the opportunity to do that. Let's just say that, because she hasn't actually. So if she really locks in and appreciates what she has, acknowledges how like lucky she was to be in this position, and makes steps to improve her life, I think she should be very grateful. I think she should be very grateful that with no college degree and with the household that she grew up in, with the family dynamics that she has explained to us, realistically, that she is able to do, she has been able to travel as much as she has. She's been able to spend frivolously. She does not have to budget. Okay. She's not a single mom. She's not, trying to do this or that. She's not trying to like balance working a bunch of jobs. So without acknowledging the privilege of that, you're kind of a lost cause, because you need to at first acknowledge what you have, acknowledge where you are, and then be able to say, okay, this is everything I have. That's what I'm thankful for. This is what I want from here on. This is what I want to change. And she's not willing to do that. And I guess she'll just stay exactly as it is. But these girls are actually so crazy to throw away the opportunities that they have on this channel. She's okay to just decay like this. I mean, the brain decay, I feel like, has really accelerated since leaving Canada for some reason, since going to the Middle East. I think just from the constant gorging on the food. I really think it's like a whole type 3 diabetes thing, like that's affected her brain. It's really like, it's really odd seeing her decline. I mean, look at her face, look at her brow area, and the hair fibers, like, yeah.
I don't have to worry about bills the way I do here. And those who still like me, no matter what I do, will still watch.
That's the other thing that these girls don't understand, is that they have managed somehow to build a platform where people are invested in them as people, no matter what they do. The investment is in them as people. So on my channel, for example, and probably other reactors, outside like a core group of people that are very invested in them and will watch them, for the most part, if I upload a vlog on this channel or something personal, like, you will know from the views, okay? No one will give a shit, no one will watch, because the interest in me is in me as it relates to what I watch and what I react to. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just like the kind of platform I have. That's the kind of channel I have. The girls are completely different, because the interest is not in what they're talking about. It is in them, no matter what they are doing. So if they really do like a transformation arc, can you imagine how much more support they would get?
So who cares?
Jeez.
How do you know I won't be happy if I'm not happy anywhere anyways?
Well, true. True. Absolutely true.
Anyway, we'll see. I'm obviously here, so that's the best option.
Okay. Right, right. Do you guys remember how she was like the biggest problem? She looks absolutely dead on the inside here. Vacant, dead, hollow, empty. Insane, insane. But do you guys remember in Syria? Oh, mind you, she was way more clear-headed. I mean, the mental decline was in full effect in Syria, but I mean, because she was not on substances, she was talking a bit, like, she was a bit more zippy. When I say zippy, like, not really an accurate use of that term because it's Chantal that we're talking about. But I'm saying compared to this right now, we were promised all kinds of content. We were promised camera on 24/7. We were promised all kinds of bees in. Where? When? How? What? Where?
Only you can decide. I know. That's true. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the internet, I know. I know I wasn't happy like a lot of times.
You weren't happy with anything.
What is someone with like my life situation supposed to do with their life? No.
Your life situation? What do you mean? You get paid and you don't even have to leave the house to make money? Like I'm sorry, I am not going to posit you as much of a victim as you see yourself as. No, you don't get that pass because there are people out here actually in terrible situations completely and entirely outside of their control, or to fight against it is literally like pushing a boulder up a mountain. That's not the case for you. That's not the case for you. Tiny fractional changes to your day would have incredible impact on your life. So while I can see the challenges you're facing due to your like physical health, due to your mental health, your instability, your impulsivity, your mania, I am not in agreement with you to the level of victimhood that you're trying to portray yourself as. Nope. Nope. That's just a cop out.
Because going back would be insane. So I just don't know what to do with myself. I hate being stuffed up. Anyways. Maybe I should restart the live and get rid of the bots. Are they gonna harm my channel? Name our church?
Bots?
Did you
Hold up, we need to read that.
take what I think you took? Yep, I have to.
Just edibles, right?
Makes me feel slightly better. Do any of you live alone and are depressed about it? Like me?
I'm sorry. I really doubt that there are viewers that are as pathetic as you are. I'm not saying that there aren't viewers that are going through challenges or certain things or can even relate to you on certain things. I'm not saying that that's the case. But the level of patheticness that you're displaying, and also, I'm sorry, the reality is a lot of people have to get out of bed. They have to clock into work. They are responsible for people. They're responsible for kids. They're taking care of elderly parents. They're taking care of siblings. They keep the house running. Maybe they're the sole income provider. So a lot of people don't have the luxury to sit around and contemplate their misery while not doing anything about it. That's a you thing, girl. That's a you privilege. Sabrina Johnson, I mean, $5 for a hate comment is crazy. Put that in your retirement account. But she says, do you not realize how abnormal your behavior is? You're an adult. You can't be alone or exist without being high. You look pathetic. Sabrina, you clocked her. You absolutely clocked her.
Yep. I know how it looks. I don't really care.
And that's the thing. If you don't care about changing your life circumstance, you're not going to find me caring. However you end up, whatever ends up happening to you, you didn't care enough. And that goes back to your self-worth. She looks so delusional. Yeah, I mean, like, girl, if you don't care, like, you need to care. It's your life. It's you. I feel so luxury today. By the way, this is the same broad that tells us that reaction channels steals her content. Like, what do you steal what? How many sentences have you spoken in relation to me?
I'm 41. Do you think I care what people think about how it looks, how I look. Nobody, especially people on the internet, cannot fully understand how I
Girl,
feel.
you are not so unique. Cut it out with this whole, cut it out with this whole, I'm so unique. No one understands what I'm going through. Me, I'm going through something so strange and so unique. No, no, no. What is perhaps strange and unique is you being so stubborn about not wanting to handle it, about not wanting to fix your circumstances. You're like your laziness, maybe the extent of your laziness you could say is a bit unique to you. But other than that, no, you're not so special. Nothing here is outside of your control at all.
Or, so I expect ignorant comments like that.
That's an ignorant comment. You being blazed out of your mind. Barely speaking a sentence every 3 minutes is not ignorant. Look at this. Look at the hair. The hair fiber is here. I mean, I'm not just like making fun of her just to make fun of her, but it's like she probably doesn't even know how, like, she's probably not even perceiving how terrible she looks because of how high she is.
Live your life as you please.
What?
This couch is so comfy. I would have to give it up.
You've given up way more. You've given up more for less.
Chicken stew.
We are in Piggy's comments right now because there are no comments on Foodie Beauty's live stream on her channel, which is very odd. I wonder if she turned them off. Delusional, immature, irrational, irresponsible. Keep in mind, it's barely been 10 days. I mean, also, it's been 10 days and she's not named the cat still. Crazy. Going back to a man that cheated multiple times for a cat that hates her is diabolical. True. Now remember, YouTube is her job, and this is how she showed up for work today, 100%. Her latest live was giving post-lobotomy vibes. Honestly, true. Honestly, absolutely true. If Salah picks her up at the airport and brings her back into his life, he's dim-witted. He's as dim-witted as those who keep giving her money. He is, though. That's the thing. He is. The question she's not asking is, does Salah want her back? He doesn't, because she would already be on the way there, 100%. Hey, Shantal, wherever you go, there you are. True, true, and she can never get rid of that. I'd be so pissed off if I donated to get her out of the abusive relationship and she's being all sentimental about it. Honestly, I don't think anyone that donated should get refunded, because at this point, if you're not seeing how crazy, like, she came online and bought a girl with Down syndrome and scammed her out of money and then spent that money at a food gorging thon in Doha. So no sympathy for anyone that gave her money. Truly none. This is bleak. Big ups to Pete for not giving into her backstage pleas to move in with her. Yes, true, true. Oh my god, and something tells me the comments on her actual channel would not be much kinder or much nicer. That's crazy. Shantal needs a reality check. She needs to change her life like ASAP. That was kind of depressing, not gonna lie, but if you guys watched till the end, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in to Scooby's comments earlier in the video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment telling me what you thought of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!